Got my dog's hair all over me, so that's what are you gonna do? Check this out. I got some new information, and that new information was brought to me by simply just looking at and trying to analyze what happened as far as the Birds of Prey underperformance, more so who were part of the projects. Okay, that's mostly what it was. You know, we watched that Ewan McGregor, Ewan, oh Ewan, watched that old Ewan McGregor interview, and the guy that was interviewing him from Sunday Today was talking about and discussing how Lucky Chap Entertainment was the production team. And doing some research, Lucky Chap Entertainment is Margot Robbie, aka Harley Quinn in this movie, the actress. That's her production team. So prior to that video, I hadn't really got on her, aside from some of the comments that maybe she's made in the past, but I haven't got on her in terms of her contribution to this just complete failure to deliver. Now, this isn't crapping on her acting skills, and I know some of you guys are going to disagree with me in terms of her Harley Quinn. I think she plays a decent Harley Quinn, but that's neither here nor there, because that alone was not going to save this film. So let's recap. And my argument that I'm about to make real quick is why, again, because they've shown how arrogant and cocky they are, I personally believe the industry should ostracize them when it comes to making actual comic book depictions of whether it be film or TV, that production team. They should be completely ostracized. Now, a lot of this has to do, and what the exact extent that the production team is involved in is going to be tough. But let's just assume that the marketing is not ran through and Lucky Chap has nothing to do with it, though they do. Let's just assume that they don't have anything to do with building the marketing plan for the upcoming release of the film. Let's assume that that's just solely on Warner Bros. Lucky Chap Entertainment, which they're the production team company that handled this movie, she says, well, looking at the research, they found this in 2014. They have a couple of movies that they have under their belt: I, Tonya, Terminal, Dreamland, and an upcoming movie, by the way, A Promising Young Woman. I don't know if that already came out, actually. As well as a TV show on Hulu by the name of Dollface. Okay? So, this is what Margot Robbie production team, Lucky Chap Entertainment, thought that there was okay to do. Let's just recap. Let's just consider what's going on. You have a advantage in the fact that even though some people don't like it, I believe that there's more people that like it than dislike her version of Harley Quinn. Okay? So you make a movie after, Suicide Squad, make a movie centered around that character. No problem with that. But instead of calling a movie, let's say, Harley Quinn, instead of making a movie generally centered around Harley Quinn, you made a Birds of Prey movie. You called it Birds of Prey, okay? And you stripped the characters down to the point to where they were completely unrecognizable. Cassandra Cain. Birds of Prey, it doesn't make any sense why you have a Birds of Prey being created and there's no Oracle. There's no Barbara Gordon. Makes no sense. Completely illogical. You have Black Canary at least there. Though unrecognizable, you have her there. You strip the characters down to the point to where they are unrecognizable. Now let's backtrack just a little bit. Anybody knows that comic books, let's just say comic books is a heavily male-dominated genre, subculture. Why that is the case, completely irrelevant. Not even relevant. But that's what it is. That doesn't mean it's exclusively the case. There's women that read comics. There's women that write comics. Mainstream comics talking about, let's say, the big two, DC, Marvel. Action films. Movie genre heavily dominated by males. It's been that way forever. So you got Double whammy. Because this movie is a comic book action film. All right. So you have this opportunity, right? You got this deal with Warner Bros. Lucky Chap Entertainment, right? You have this deal. So you got money available to create this film. You present it in a way that doesn't necessarily appeal to the demographic. But I'm going to back up a little bit because I'm getting towards the marketing. Let's just assume Lucky Chap Entertainment did not handle that. We'll say that for another video. And I'm going to do 20 videos if I want. Arrogance did a video talking about the creative arrogance. And I didn't get on Margot Robbie. I didn't get on her. I didn't get on the fact that her production team facilitated this mess. Okay? So marketing sets you up for failure. And then you strip the characters down to make them through your personal vision. And this is the problem with Hollywood. But this is why I think specifically this early on in this production company's career, I understand that they shouldn't be anywhere near a comic book film because they've shown you what they're willing to do. And what they are willing to do is make characters unrecognizable because it's not about you as the consumer. We're going to take the name of a classic comic book. Classic, I'm using that way too loosely. Let's just say we're going to take the name of a group. You didn't create those guys, but you want to use their names. You want to use their branding, and you completely jack them up. For the most part. Let's say you got Harley Quinn right. Say that. Cassandra Cain, that's a crime. Birds of Prey, that's a crime. Try to change the name, I don't care. Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey still doesn't make sense. It's not a Birds of Prey film. It's a Harley Quinn film. And Harley Quinn has historically had nothing to do with this. Like I showed in my review, which you guys can watch. Only time she shows up, really, she shows up in I think she might have been in the Secret Six as a villain, but she never was in she never was in Birds of Prey. In fact, her first appearance in Birds of Prey when she got kicked in the face by Cassandra Cain when she was Batgirl. But now she's protecting Cassandra Cain. Makes sense? Absolutely not. But they thought that was okay to do. They tried too hard to modernize it because this is what these types do. I've been making this argument on this channel for I don't know how long. When I talk about how these guys try to hijack characters and culture and then make it about them. It ain't about you. It's about them. They see the opportunity. They use the names, somewhat use the branding, completely crap on it because they think they could do that. If I was in a game, which I'm not, but if I was in a game in a shot calling position, I wouldn't have her touch anything near a comic book film. She showed what she's capable of doing. I wouldn't have her doing it. She can act. If you don't have her act, fine. But I wouldn't have a production team being a part of anything. Period. I just wouldn't have it. Look, guys. If this goes back into the marketing, I'm going to end it on this. Facts of the matter is, like I just mentioned, comic books dominated by males. Action films, genre dominated by males. Why that is completely irrelevant. Men have shown they can and will support female-oriented and female-centric comic book films. See Wonder Woman. See the hype for the upcoming Black Widow. They've shown they will support rated R films. You can use that as your advantage. See Deadpool. Wasn't Logan rated R? Deadpool. Joker. You can use that to your advantage. Don't blame the rated R film. Don't blame the rating. Don't blame anything else. Blame the marketing and blame this production team for putting up an absolute pathetic display when it came to, because even if your marketing team set you up for failure, you could at least produce something that was like so intriguing that it could have gained ground. We saw that with Aquaman, believe it or not, ironically enough, in that it was like people saw it and they were like, oh, this is pretty solid. And it just started to it kept gaining traction. So more and more people kept seeing it. You could have at least had that. No matter what the marketing setup was, you could have been like, you could have knocked it out the park. You refused to do that, but And again, I'm not even saying that the movie just was absolute garbage. I'm saying the characters that you use are shells of themselves. So the bit that you could have kept around or could have attracted have zero interest in that demographic, that large demographic that the marketing team pushed away. You couldn't keep around, or you couldn't attract them because you put up a pathetic display when it comes to actually depicting the characters. It's your own fault, bros. It's your own fault.